it's Tuesday and good morning. Today's maths is looking at checking strategies. And so checking strategies is all about you, when you're done a sum, thinking to yourself, have I got it right? And you might not think it's that important at the moment, but it's the kind of thing that as you grow older, you want to get right, especially when you're adding up money. You want to make sure you're getting things right. So it's a really good skill to learn. And for that skill, you are using the inverse. You are using the inverse. And you all know the inverse is the fact that if I know that 7 add 3 equals 10, then 10 take away 3 equals 7. It's the fact that those numbers are related to each other. So in today's maths, it's all about using that understanding to work things through. So they want you to look at a sum. So if you've got 271 add 516, it equals 787. So they are saying, well, what sum would you do to check if you got that right? So you'd use the inverse, so you'd be doing, well, 787, going backwards, subtract, it's subtract because the other one was add, so it's got to be the opposite, 516. So you would find the sum that starts with that, subtracting that, and you would circle that one. And what it's getting you to understand is that if you've gone that way to check it, you go backwards to check it's right, but you have to change the operation, don't you? So it can't stay add. So if I know 7 add 3 is 10, then 10 take away 3 equals 7. So if I wanted to check I'd got this answer right, I could do this calculation to check that's right. And if I wanted to check that this one was right, I could do that calculation to check that was right. So it's a sort of a backwards and forwards. So it's thinking like that. I don't think it's anything new, but it means that you're going to be applying your adding and subtracting skills that you learnt and remembered over the last few days again today. So a lot of that's about there. So when they say, can you use the inverse operation to check it? Because that is probably the language that will throw you as much as anything. You get, if this is an add sum, so you would get the answer, and you would subtract this, and that should be the answer. Yes, you would. You'd get this answer, this number, subtract that number, and you should get that answer. Okay? So have a go at doing those ones, and then obviously this one's easy because it's saying that subtract that equals that. So if you add the 400 and the 100 number together, you should get the 500 number. So it's using that to work it out. Now the second thing they're going to show you is the bar model, and they want to talk to you about the fact families. So this is something that you would have learnt when you were in year 1. I did it in year 1, I remember doing it. Obviously with different numbers, but the fact family is using this image here. So this image here is your bar model, as you're well aware. My whole number, and I'm obviously using simple numbers to help explain it, my whole number is 10, so I know that I can make 10 with 7 and 3. Now from that, I can make quite a few calculations, and that's the fact family. So I could do 7 add 3 equals 10, or I could do 3 add 7 equals 10. Or I could do 10 take away 3, 10 subtract 3 equals 7, 10 subtract 3 equals 7, or 10 subtract 7 equals 3. So on that page, clearly you haven't got 7 and 3 and 10 because you have to challenge your brains a little bit, but you've got those numbers there. So your whole number is 4,563 and your parts of those wholes is 2,160 and 2,403. So it's showing that you understand that relationship, the inverse relationship, and that bar model is a really good image to show that. That's the whole, and these are my two parts of the whole. So you'll be doing that to fill in that one. So it should all be fairly straightforward. And the idea is, I think after that, it's all just applying that knowledge and that understanding and looking for those inverses and showing you understand. So have a good old go through. And again, we've said it before, if you're starting to struggle or not understand, as long as you have a go and try and get as much done as possible, you don't always have to finish the sheet. So think about it in time. If it's taking you more than 45 minutes, then just stop, okay? You've had a jolly good go at it. Okay, good luck with that one, and keep working hard. I'll see you tomorrow.